sticking with York Horn, one of the undercard fighters as well, a major force in the ticket selling arena. He's a pound-for-pound fighter in the ticket business. He's unbeaten in 2, both first-round stoppages. He's 22. It's Frank Buglioni, and I spoke to Frankie today after the weigh-in, and I started by asking him if he wanted to get a few more rounds in.
Well, I mean, we've been putting the rounds in the gym, so we're not short of a few rounds, but it would be nice to have a little bit more experience. But if the stoppage comes, then so be it. And
I'm told once again the Buglioni army is on the march. Hundreds and hundreds of them.
Yeah, it's going to be a big up this time. The team Buglioni is going to be over 400 strong, so it should be noisy.
It should be noisy. You talked about putting the rounds in the gym, and in many ways, Frank, that's where it really matters. So, I mean, to be honest with you, you could keep on bundling people over in 1 or 2 rounds, couldn't you? I tell you, the fans love that, don't they?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've got an experienced trainer in Mark and Jimmy Tibbs, and they get me the right sparring and they give me the right work. So I'm doing all my learning in the gym, and then coming out, and the experience itself is just sort of getting gloved up and getting in there and dealing with the nerves and that side of things. But obviously, as the opponents progress, and I do myself, then I'm sure the rounds will go longer. Did
you feel different between the first fight and the second fight, Frank? Were you slightly more relaxed second fight, or did it still feel like it was very new?
No, I think the the nerves was a lot less, and I was a lot more relaxed, and that's apparent in the fights themselves. Like you can see it in like watching back on the videos. So no, I think in this fight, I think you'll see another improvement.
Because I mean, the good thing is, in all fairness, I know that it was 2 first-round blowouts, but you didn't look, you didn't fight like a lunatic. You still kept your calm and kept your cool. That must have pleased you when you watched that back.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going out there looking for the stoppages. If the stoppages come, then they come, and thank God, like they came in the first round for both of those fights. But if it takes 2, 3, 4, even 4 rounds this time, then so be it. I'm not chasing that knockout win. I'm just getting in there and trying to look good and show my improvement.
Now, Frank, you talked about, maybe 400 plus tickets, and that's people that have actually got them from you, as opposed to people that may be coming to see you. Now, where are these mostly coming from? Are these these people that people you know, or you're finding you're getting followers coming from everywhere, from the cafes and from the pubs that you're doing a bit of work in?
I mean, I've got my circles of friends and families, and each individual sort of pockets of people. That's starting to grow now. And obviously, I'm getting a little bit of a following on the Twitter and the Facebook and that sort of thing, and they're growing as well. I'm getting the people sort of come out of the woodwork and come to me for tickets, so that's very helpful as well. You're
not falling into any of those Twitter traps where everyone seems to be doing their fighting online, are you? You're not going to be not going to become one of those Twitter warriors, are you, Frank?
I'll do my fighting in the ring.
Oh,
I do my talking with my fists.
I mean, have you had people calling you out, different fighters calling you out online?
Nah, not yet. I've been slated a few times, but it's all part and parcel of it. You just got to roll with them punches.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's plenty of good stuff for you at super middle, big middle, or light heavy in the next 2 or 3 years anyway. So there's no need to start calling out people just yet. I think it's a little bit pointless when you've had 2 or 3 fights.
You know, Steve, I'm in no rush to sort of take them big fights yet. I want to do my learning, and I want to be there for the long haul.
And what about within the Italian community, Frank? Because I mean, there'll become a point when I think we could cod it up and get you with an Italian translator, and you only speak Italian, just for effect,
Yeah, well,
are we getting close to that?
I'll have to learn the language fluent first.
Doesn't make. Listen, I'm not saying we'll get a proper translator. I'm just saying we'll get someone next to you and we'll call him a translator, and you can talk Italian gibberish, and we'll have some lunatic translator. I'm talking about just adding a bit of colour to it, Frank.
No, I'm up for that, Steve.
He should be up for that as well. This kid's about 6'2". He's a good-looking kid. He sells a lot of tickets. And what I like particularly about his fans is it's all ages. There's like 19, 20-year-olds, kids he hangs around with. And then there's like mid-20s, maybe sort of older cousins or something. And then there's a whole group of chaps like his dad's age, from about sort of 45 through about 60. And they're the predominant group. And they all meet, and I haven't got the name of the pub with me. If anyone's listening from his people, give me a call, 0207 224 2000, because they're all meeting in one pub in Bethnal Green. We were going to try and film it on Box Nation tomorrow. We're not. We're just going to film them inside. And they're meeting in this pub at 6 or 7 o'clock, and they're all going to have a drink in there. A good couple of hundred of them, and they're going to walk over. So if you are listening and you are meeting in that pub, call me in 0207 224 2000 and let me know what pub it is, and I'll advertise it so that all of the Buglioni army can meet up and wander over to York Hall for Frank's third fight tomorrow. He's a nice kid. He's a very, very nice kid. And last time he boxed, which was at York Hall, I watched him from up on the stage, and he spent about 60 minutes, maybe even an hour and a half, shaking hands and having a photo done with hundreds, and he sold 300 tickets. He must have gone through every single one of them twice. And you know what? The last time I saw a British fighter do that and enjoy it and stay to the bitter end and wait until everyone had his picture. Well, Eubank used to do it, and people don't remember that, but he did. But Ricky Hatton, he was the last man standing, Ricky. He was the last man to leave the arena, and he somehow managed to be the first man at the bar. Then he was the last man leaving the bar. You never met a Ricky Hatton fan yet, even if you're in Vegas and there's 29,000 of them, you never met a Ricky Hatton fan yet who hasn't had a drink with Ricky. And that's what it's all about, whether it's a cappuccino or whether it's a pint of lager or 12 pints of Guinness in Ricky's case. Listen to Steve Bunce on BBC London 94.9. Let's get a bit of travel.